Hi, I'm Bert Schiettecatte from Percussa, and we are here at Superbooth to show our new Eurorack module Percussa SSP, which we successfully kickstarted a couple of months ago. The project was funded in less than 12 hours, and then about a month later, I think we had about 50 backers in total, and we've been working non-stop on the development of the module since then. The hardware is now done. We've posted about 30 updates about the project, and we're now constantly working on the software, adding new features, adding new modules. The module is available for pre-order right now, and if you order this month, you will get your unit in May. So basically, the SSP is a very advanced digital signal processing module. It's like a modeler within a module. You can add modules here in the network grid on the module. You can patch those modules. You can send signals out from the SSP and into it. And what is very special about the SSP is that there is 16 input channels and 8 output channels. And all those channels work at up to 192 kilohertz 32-bit. So you have 32-bit of resolution, which is really great, and you have a really high sample rate. It has a very shallow menu system, being there is a global menu with some basic functions like next preset, previous preset, so you can store your presets, rename presets. There's a factory reset button, stuff like that. There is a network view where you can see all the modules in the grid. Wavetable oscillator here, envelope, generator, MIDI module, LFO. I mean, this particular patch is pretty advanced. It has 4 wavetable oscillators, 4 granular processors. It has 4 LFOs. So those are all the main signal sources that are layered, and then you have some envelope generators as well, which are triggered by the MIDI controller. So you can connect any MIDI controller to it via USB, and will automatically detect the controller, will assign it to the MIDI modules, will do all the voice management. You can do up to 16 voices with it. That's not a hardware limit, that's a software limit, so you're really only limited by the amount of modules, like by the CPU basically. You're limited by the CPU power. So you have 16 in and 8 out, and really all of those jacks are audio and CV compatible, DC coupled, -5 to +5 volts. So you can control the module with a CV keyboard if you wanted to, or with other oscillators, or with like a joystick like I have here. And then of course you can use the outputs also to generate CVs for whatever you want to control. So you have simultaneous CV audio compatibility on the outputs as well, DC coupled, same thing, -5 +5 volts. So going forward, like if you select a certain module in the grid, you can then go to the processor page, which gives you like a close-up view of that module. So here you can see the wavetable oscillator, and I can turn the encoders to change the parameters. You can see the wave shape changing. Of course, you can modulate all that stuff as well. All you have to do in the grid is you have to send whatever modulation signal you want to those inputs. And you enable inputs just like that, simply by pressing the button. And patching is done very easily as well. There's 2 shift keys, and this way you can choose what to patch to. And then on the right hand side, you just choose a signal that you want. Like I say, I want to send this sine wave to the X parameter. And in here, you enable the X parameter, and it says 1, meaning there is now 1 modulation signal. That's how patching works. Other than that, there is a recording screen, which you can use to monitor signals coming into the SSP. For example, this signal from the Black VCO from Erica Synths, I can take that into this input, and I can press monitor to monitor the signal. I can turn the frequency control here, and then I can record the input just like that. And now I have a new sample which I can load into the wavetable oscillator. I can crop the sample, for example. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. So this is a very simple thing. It just has 1 granular processor, and it has an LFO, and the LFO is basically modulating the start point of the granular processor. So if you go to the screen, you can see that the start point is flipping back and forth because of the LFO. I'll listen to it myself. But of course, I can also change the length, which changes the window from which you pick the grains. I can tune it up or down. I can change the grain duration. I mean, basic granular stuff. Then of course I can go to the network grid, and I can go to the LFO, and I can change it there as well. You know, let's say I don't like the square wave. I can change that and to like a sawtooth, for example. Now I'm using a sawtooth. I can modulate faster. I was going quite slow. So here you can see the effect of the sawtooth LFO on the screen. So yeah, you can really modulate stuff in your Eurorack system, or modulate stuff in the SSP patch using any signal from your Eurorack system. You can record to disk. Yeah, it just offers you a massive amount of processing power for the money, basically. So we're gonna ship the first units this month, end of this month, and then the rest of the units will be shipped in June. It depends on the specific pledge that you pledged for during the Kickstarter. And then we also got some other pre-orders from after the Kickstarter, and those will be shipped like after the people who get their unit in June, pretty much the same time, but like after everybody else in the Kickstarter got their unit.